Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm just gonna go ahead and start the tutorial, but first I want to give credit to the artist who inspired me to do this look. Her name is Colleen Makeup, and I definitely suggest you follow her on Instagram. So I'm starting off with priming my eyes. I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the Hydrating formula, and I already did my eyebrows, so I'm just pretty much cleaning them up and prepping my eyelids. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the Cypress Umber shade on a blending brush. I used originally this bigger one, and then I ended up switching to a smaller, more compact brush. This works a lot better because you're able to actually get into your crease. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just placing that shade and mapping out the shape of my eyeshadow look. Then I'm going to take the color Rustic on a slightly bigger blending brush, and I'm just going to put that right above and kind of overlapping that previous shade. And you're just going to blend until your arm falls off. Next, we're going to go ahead and take the shade Sienna on a bigger, less stiff brush, and you're just going to blend that out the same way we did the last shade, but you're going to bring it up a little bit higher to lead into the next transition color. And then you're going to take Burnt Orange on a very large, fluffy blending brush, and you're going to push that all the way up into the eyebrow and blow it out the rest of the way, leaving a little bit of space on your brow bone. Next, I'm going to take the shade Mulberry on a small blending brush, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner of my eye and also right kind of below the first darkest shade we put down. And then I'm going to take the first shade again, Cypress Umber, and I'm going to place that, kind of just reintegrate those colors again to this in the same placement I did previously to add back all those colors that we kind of muddled out. We're going to take Burnt Orange and Sienna and pack that on the exact same way. Pretty much when you're blending, you sometimes have to go back and add those colors back up to make sure that they're nice and pigmented. Then I'm taking a Q-tip and I'm just gonna prepare to cut my crease. So and this is kind of a ghetto one because I didn't have any eye makeup remover and I used a makeup wipe around my Q-tip. But I would recommend using some makeup remover and a Q-tip to remove that color first before you put on your concealer or your base, your eyeshadow base, because the base is going to mix with the colors that are already on your lids and it's going to not give you a clean blank canvas. So this is what I'm doing to do that, and it also makes it easier when you're cutting your crease if you do this first, and you have a lot more control as opposed to a liquid concealer or whatever. So now I'm taking my concealer and I'm literally following the guide that I put down when I cleared off that other eyeshadow. And I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the hydrating formula that I used in the beginning to prime my eyes. But I would just recommend a light white or skin tone colored, preferably lighter than your skin tone colored base. Then I'm going to go ahead and take orange soda, and I'm using that on a big fluffy packing brush, and I'm just putting that over the entire lid. Try to stay within, on the cut crease. However, if you get off, it's not that hard to blend it out or, fix any mistakes that you make. So At this point, I pretty much realized that this was way too orange, so I mixed tempera and that same orange soda shade to create a lighter peachy shade as opposed to this like brighter orange. If you have a peach shade that you like, I would recommend that, but that's what I did here. So if I would have known how bright it was, I probably wouldn't have put it on to begin with, but you live and you learn. So now I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber from the beginning, and I'm using this big angled brush, and I'm pretty much just mapping out the shape that I want this eye look to be. So now I'm taking the black shade Noir in the palette, and I'm keeping this shade as close to the lash line as possible for right now, and just packing that in. And then I'm going to mix the shade Sienna and Rustic on a super small blending brush, and I'm going to blend over top of those and kind of blur the edge. As you can see, there was a little bit of patchiness going on with this eyeshadow, which I've noticed with ABH palettes can happen sometimes. So I'm trying to blend that out so that I can add more on top. And then I'm going in with the shade Rustic on a little dome shader brush, and I'm packing it on top of there. And then I'm taking Cypress Umber, and now I'm basically just patting Cypress Umber on top of that edge to cancel out whatever patchiness was there. And I'm going in with the Noir shade and that same small blending brush, and I am just blending that edge to make sure that it's seamless. Getting Cypress Umber on this little pencil brush, and I'm just deepening the edge of that crease, that way it's more defined. And I'm taking the shade Rustic with a bigger pencil brush, excuse me, and I'm blending that out. Taking the shade Sienna on a big blending brush and basically just going over the edge of everything after I've done my base. Make sure that everything looks good and is well blended. And then I'm going to take Cypress Umber again on a small brush and line the bottom lash line. And then I'm going to take the shade Sienna on that dome brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to blend it out and kind of smoke out my lower lash line. Then I'm baking the edge of my eyeshadow to kind of make a more crisp outline. And that's pretty much it.
Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really hope that you like it. I hope that you had fun. Maybe you were eating some snacks while we were doing our makeup, you know. But yeah, just a quick little tutorial. Do this together. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like my content, if you like my videos. And let me know if you have any ideas for my next video down below. Bye!